Mark, hello Transport Evolved. It's time for my thought of the day. As you can tell, I'm in my Nissan Leaf. I'm not at home in my studio. That's because I'm currently waiting for my daughter to have her flute lesson, and I thought it would be a good time to record my thought of the day. EV range and BMW. Volt, yes, they did have similar problems when the Volt came out, but it was MPGE more than range, at least certainly in the US. Although, come to think of it, there was an advert in the UK involving Patrick Stewart, the Ampera, and a claim of similar ilk to the one that BMW is pulling in the US. Salespeople will get confused too, Mark. It's not just going to be buyers. Over the years, I've met some really switched on salespeople that do tons and tons of research into EVs, but I've also met some that really couldn't care less. And frankly, they just say whatever the heck they feel like it. Having a confusing sales pitch on the website really won't help. EVs in films. Wow, I'm so glad you did that, Mark. I totally love the look of The Zero Theorem, and I've actually already asked my wife if she'll go on a date with me to watch it. I also like how the Twizzys are portrayed in this film. Sometimes in films when you have futuristic EVs, they do something strange to the car to make them look different, like non-standard to how we would view them today. But in this particular film, it looks like the Twizzys are in fact bog standard factory built Twizzys, which is cool. I think the number plates might be different. They might have barcodes on them, but I didn't watch the trailer that carefully. But you asked, Mark, how many films people could think of with EVs in them, and the internet has done us proud. There are so many. Here's the list. I'm going to read them for you. There was apparently a Tesla in the Transformer film. Then there was the Iron Man films 1 and 3. 1 featured a Tesla Roadster and 3 featured an Audi R8 e-tron, which, as we learnt last week, is going to come into production. It's the Tesla Roadster in Savages. The Chevy Volt appearance on The Mentalist. The new Dallas apparently has a Tesla Roadster in it. There's a Fisker Karma in 2.5 Men, an EV1 in Uncle Gadget. Somebody said that they saw an Aptera 2E in a film, and I can confirm it's in the early part of the new reboot to the Star Trek film. Not the one that was just released, the first one of the Abrams version. I hate to say it, but that's kind of the best bit of the film because I don't like the reboot, and I know you don't either. Give me the old Star Trek. Robot and Frank has a Tango EV, which nearly runs Frank over. In Time, I watched it this weekend. It's a really good film, despite having Justin Timberlake in the lead male role. And they have futuristic cars that are presumably powered by electricity. They make kind of electric noises. Lilyhammer has a Think for the first few episodes. Of course, Eureka, tons and tons of EVs, NEVs, some of which are actually electric vehicles on set, some of which are petrol cars that they pretend are electric in the show. You asked me if it was a good thing to have EVs in films and on television, and I say absolutely. There is no doubt that having EVs in TV shows and on the big screen is a good thing for EVs. I also think that having EVs in a film or in a TV show gives it this kind of subliminal message that it's okay to drive green, it's okay to have an electric car, and I'd be interested to know if you watch lots of shows with EVs in, whether it means that you would be able you would be more likely to buy an EV in the future. Maybe some psychology student somewhere could come up with that as a dissertation. I'd be interested to know. But what do I want to talk to you about today, Mark? I want to talk to you about EVs and politics. Yes, I've gone there, EVs and politics. But I think EVs and politics do seem to go rather well together. EVs are such a divisive subject in the political sphere. But I'm thinking about the Chris Christie scandal, the Tesla New Jersey scandal, and how electric cars always seem to be this divisive point in politics. The Tea Party famously doesn't like EVs. A lot of Republicans seem to be connected to the oil and gas industry, and they don't like EVs. So I suppose I just have a question for you: is why are EVs such a divisive subject? Why are EVs so polarizing to the political world? Is it because they are a stereotypical embodiment of one particular political view or another? Is it an antithesis of a particular political view to drive around in an electric car? So what's with all the arguments and EVs and politics, Mark. Have a good time until then, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye, Mark. Bye, Transport Evolved.